All right, another thing you might be wondering is how do I keep track of my inventory? First off, before we even begin, let me tell you my experience. When I was a brand new consultant, I felt the same way, and I was like, why, how am I going to track this inventory? And trust you me, I have tried everything under the sun to keep track of all of my inventory. But you have to stay consistent and you have to be diligent about tracking it if you're wanting to track it. After I talked to several other consultants, many of them said, why are you tracking your inventory? Because your inventory changes regularly. So a piece comes in, then it goes out, and then another piece comes in and it goes out. And it's so quick in and out that it's very difficult to track it. Now, at the end of the year, I usually count all of my inventory and I do my year-end inventory so I know where I start for the new year. And then I can see, look at all my purchases, with my accounting background, because you want to take your year-end inventory or your starting inventory for the year, which is your year-end inventory for the year before, add all your purchases of your inventory, subtract out your sales of your inventory, the pieces that you sold, and that's going to leave you with your ending inventory. So very simple. It doesn't matter if you have 14 of one piece and 2 of another, and this, you have 6 necklaces or 6 earrings and you counted it wrong. You just need to know how many pieces you have. So, because luckily all of our inventory, the majority of it sells for $5. You know what I'm saying? So, I keep track of my Z pieces and I know that sells for $25. That's a $25 piece and I know how much that costs. And I keep track of my Starlit Shimmer and I know that cost 50 cents, but they're, 10 for 10 or 10 for $5 is our cost. And then we sell the 10 for $1. So I just say 50 cents a piece. So that's an easy way to, know the value and the cost associated with each piece. But I'm going to show you a really quick and simple, easy way if you use Excel. If you do not use Excel, then let me clear out some of these windows here, and I will show you what you can use. If you have a Google email address and you go into Google, you can come down here and go to Google Drive. If you do not have Excel, you can create a new document. And you can choose either a document if you want more like a Word file, or if you want a spreadsheet, then you go into Google Sheets. And it looks fairly simple, the same similar look as Excel. Excel may have a few extra things and extra, but we're just going to keep this very basic. I am going to be working in Excel. However, I want you to know that this will let you do it right there on Google, and you can save it right to your Google Drive and be able to access it wherever you like. Okay? So, with that being said, we're going to go into the spreadsheet. So, for those of you that aren't familiar with how to use spreadsheets, you'll kind of get a quick crash course here. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to track inventory. I'm going to expand so that you can see the bottom here. Down here is a little button. Now if I click add another button, now I can flip. Let me just put A here and B here. So I want you to see that there's really, so if I switch back over here, boom, the A's there. Switch over here, the B's there. Okay, so you can create as many of these different tabs on Excel as you want. So what I would do is I would create a title and I'd go my paparazzi inventory, okay, up at the top. Then I'm gonna, what information do I want? All right, if by creating a title here in number 1, you're not going to be able to look down to this line and say, okay, I've got 33 pieces. You're going to remember that I only got 32 because that's not a line. Or you could create number. Okay, you could put a number there and then start at 1. This is the first piece I recorded into inventory. You could put the name because most of our pieces have a name. You could put a description if you wanted to. You could put a color. You could put like a type. or maybe you want a category, a type, the cost you paid, because if you're shopping another consultant, ooh, bad, 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 but you're going to pay extra, okay? So you can put whatever information you want there. Another quick little tool is if you take these and you kind of slide it through all the letters, put your little cursor there in between the two letters, double click. What it's going to do is it's going to space these out enough so at least whatever you've written in there are going to fill. Now, when I put the cost in here, it may come over, and in that case, I don't want to do it again. So let's just say we really don't want the number that big, okay? You can also then like center this, and to do that, I just highlight where I want it centered, and I click this merge and center, and we are on the home tab. These are all different tabs. Merge and center, and now it's centered it. So even if I were to make this one this wide, it still centers that amongst all those, okay? Enough Excel. I used to teach it, but there you go. Okay, so our number. So we're going to start with number 1. The name of it, we're just going to say it's Miss Universe. And you know I count that this is one of my favorite pieces. So Miss Universe, whatever. All right. Description, you could put short necklace. You can put whatever you want, okay? Short necklace with rhinestones, whatever, whatever you want to do, statement piece, whatever you wanted to do, statement, blah, blah, blah. When I'm done, you see it comes all the way over there. But the minute I put that it is a white necklace, now it's short, that stuff all hides behind. And so my category, maybe I'm using the N for necklace, or maybe I'm looking for, like maybe it's an N, but it's a short necklace, so I could use a letter, okay? Then my cost is $275. Okay, so I don't really need that like that. But anyway, so there you have it. And again, once up here, we'll just go and do that. Now you can see how they're spaced enough, give me a little more room to work. Then I come down here and I go to number 2, and this is, Starlight Socials, and this might be a brown bracelet with seed beads, whatever. And again, you're going to put your color, your category is a B for bracelet, and maybe this is a cuff bracelet. And again, this one you bought from another consultant, bad. So now you paid $5 for it, so you got your cost. Again, it's what you want, all you want. You start listing. I'm going to put a third one in. We're going to do, I don't know, Egyptian Queen, purple, rhinestone studs. Okay, so you're going to put purple, you're going to put an E, and you're going to put either S for studs, but I might put P for posts, however you want to do it. And again, that one cost me $275. All right, so the other thing I want to show you in Excel is if you have numbers coming down, if you hold and drag your mouse here and then come right down here to the corner and go, because now you're only dragging from this section right here, there's this little corner section right here, boom, drag, it's going to auto-populate your numbers for you. Love it. I got to keep doing it. So as your orders come in, you put in all of your names. I'm just going to, for the sake of argument, I'm just going to put the same thing here. So now it just put everything, okay. Oh, the other thing you want to is put quantity, right? So maybe we put that over here. And you can add another column, or if you highlight the column and you right click, you can hit insert. And what it does is it opens up and ends before the column that you had originally highlighted. It's going to insert another column. So now I can put QTY. All right, so on this one I have 1, 2, 23, 2, 6, whatever. All right, you just put how many you have. All right, and we're just going to say we got this many of the rest of them just to fill it in quick. Oh, brother, that's not going to let me do that, so let's do that. Now what you could do is put another column for total cost. Now I'm really getting advanced Excel studies here. Because then if, let's say now I want to say what my total cost is, then I can put my cursor in here and I can use the equal sign, take the cost and hit times, which there's not a times, so you use the little asterisk number on your keypad or up on above the number 8. So you're timesing this cell by this cell. So now that's telling you what your total cost of that piece is. So you have $2 and you have one item. If you then take that again and do what we just did, highlight this cell, do the little cross figure and bring it all the way down. We'll go to there. Now it's automatically highlighted your total cost and it did the same thing. It's taken this times this, and that's how it got to the 63. This times 221, that's how it got to that. So then at the very end, you could then do, maybe over here you've got totals. Now you can come over here, and this is the quickest way to add a column. Over here in this auto sum, you click this, boom, you make sure, sometimes it might only show up like this. You want to make sure you go up to the first amount that you want to add, all the way to the bottom amount that you want to add, and then you've got sum, and then in parentheses, the cells, I3 through I27 or 29, yeah. And then you just hit enter, and now it's done that. You can also do this and come backwards, and now it's saying, okay, I got a total of 484 pieces. The cost per item is that, and then this is my total cost. So if you did this times this, you'd probably get to that. You should, right? All right, so then you name this inventory. Oh, let me do that. So you just double click this to highlight it, and then you can type whatever you want. Current inventory. All right, now you go to this next sheet, and maybe this is where you're going to keep track of pieces that were sold. So over here, you could do, again, this same information, and if you just highlight what you want to copy over there, right click, copy, and then just up in this, you click paste, paste. It got rid of that other B, and it put those same columns. It didn't space them out for you or whatever. So you have the same exact thing. So you don't necessarily need all of this information. You could now put price, what did you sell it for, and total price, okay? The other thing you might want to know is maybe we're going to insert another line and put purchaser. Okay, again, you don't need all of this information in there for your purchase. You just want to get it out of your inventory. So let's assume that you had a customer who bought this. Well, since this one's already completed, you could go cut will remove it once you're done. I'll show you. And then you go over here and you can paste it, but you'll see what happens when you paste. Now I put Miss Universe over here and we need a purchaser side. So you might even leave it, you know, maybe put your purchaser over here, okay, so that you don't have to change it. Or what I do is I just move this. The other thing that you can do is once you highlight like this, then you can make this little cursor, put your cursor inside until you get that little like arrowed type cross, pull down and drag it over one. All right, and maybe Susie Q bought this one. Okay, so you might, now you notice that that one's gone right there. So now this one, let's say I sold one to Susie Q, but I didn't sold the whole thing. So now I want to just copy it. And then I'll paste. It might be easier to paste it here. Paste. And then just remove this 2 and put Susie Q here. You know, however you want to do it. You can copy each little square, whatever you want to do. All right. But it copies, you'll see too, it copies all 23, but you only want one. All right. And she paid $5 for it, so that was a wash, but here's the $5 for the total price. And then over here though, it kept that, you know, it's not changing that number, so you want to then change that to 22 because you sold one. Okay, so you have your current inventory, what's currently in stock, and what you've sold and how many people you've sold it to and who you sold it to. You can keep all of that information. You can do however you want to do it. You don't have to do it. Just, you should kind of have an idea of how much inventory you have. You could also do write-offs. Same thing. All right, so let's say we do this again, write-offs, and we paste that over there. Control V, Control C will copy something, Control V will paste it. So then let's just say we're going to take number 24. Number 24, you don't necessarily, we can get rid of this name, so we'll delete this. And let's say number 24 was Egyptian Queen, right? So we put Egyptian Queen. You can put all this stuff in there if you want. We'll say blue. I don't know what color it was. It's a bracelet. It's a bangle. The quantity was 1 and the 275. 275, and you could do the same, this times this, and get the total cost. And then over here, reason for write-off. Okay, so over here, you could put broken, you could put giveaway, you could put personal use. Okay, these are reasons that you would have need to take it out of your inventory. So you want to take it out of here. So number 24, I had 5 of them. We want to take that back down to 4 now because I wrote one off. Maybe it was because it broke. Maybe it was because I gave it to a friend, or somebody won it. It was a hostess reward or something. And then, or I could have said, hey, I want to keep it myself. So I put personal use in there. But those are some of the different reasons why you would need to write off a piece. So this is a really quick way that you could do it through. If you really wanted to keep your inventory, you could keep it through using Excel and keep a good track of how much you have in your cost associated with Paparazzi. How much have you sold? And again, you could do those totals down here as well. And then how many pieces or whatnot you've wrote off for what different reasons. All right. The other thing that you can do is you can sort this by, and again, that would be another whole Excel, sorry for my dogs, a whole Excel training section, but you can, whenever you're going to sort, just be careful that you want to copy everything that you want to sort, because if you only sort part of it, what could happen is this brown seed bead could end up being associated with this Egyptian Queen by the time you're done. So you want everything connected. Then you go under data and you click this sort button, and it'll say my data has headers. Now I would say that if I would have put these headers in there, but I didn't, so I want that unchecked. And then I'm going to sort by column. So let's say I want to sort by the name. So I'm going to go column B. Now it's all sorted in alphabetical order by the number. All right. You could sort by color so that you have all of your purple items together, or whatever you want to do, but you can sort it however you want. You can sort it by the most quantities because you want to know this one. I got 220 of these. I got to start moving this necklace, So, but that's how you sort things. Quick. Sorry, it was a little longer than I had hoped, but I also gave you a little bit of a Excel training if you didn't already understand Excel. That would work the same over here, like I said, in the Google Sheets. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna close this one, but that is a quick way on how you can track your inventory.